It's live. Okay, we are live. Welcome, 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 Ken, and welcome everybody who is going to watch this live now or later. This is my channel, and I have been using it in the past 2 years to inform people, to share this incredible drug-free neurotech that has changed my life and has changed Ken's life and many other people's lives. Because we must be curious. Do you agree, Ken?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we will continue going live every Monday. Usually we start an hour earlier. Today, Ken was so kind to wait for me because I had some other appointments. And we are here now, and we are going to share some beautiful things, beautiful informations about the Vibrotactile Trigger Technology, or if you want to make it short, it's VTT. What do you want to say about it, Ken, today?
Well, first of all, it's a wonderful technology that works for a majority of people who use it. Uh, for me, it's changed my life completely. For those who don't know, I'll give you the short version. The short version of this story, back
Please
in
do.
2021, April of 2021, I ended up in the hospital with the virus that was plaguing the world at that time. And it was really bad. They gave me only 3 to 5 days to live. And I wasn't going to believe that. And I spent 3 months in the hospital. When I came home, I was on oxygen 24/7. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk up the stairs by myself. And life was pretty much over as I knew it. I've been a massage therapist, esthetician for close to 3 decades, and I couldn't work anymore. It forced me into retirement. Well, fast forward 3 years from that, I did get a little bit better during that period of time, but I had plateaued and I still needed oxygen every day. I still struggled going up and down the stairs or doing daily tasks. And then someone sent me some super patches.
Mm.
And within a short time of putting them on, probably a half hour or so, I was feeling a difference in my body. I had more balance, more energy. Things just seemed to be easier. So, I was very curious of what that would do for me. So I continued to use the patches. I used a patch called Liberty and Freedom and Victory all together. And that made a huge difference. And somebody told me about one of the patches, which is called Defend, and
Mm.
that helps boost the immune system. And I saw this little test that was done where they took a live blood sample,
Yeah.
and it was all the blood was clumped together and irregular shaped.
Yeah.
And when they put this Defend patch on, 30 minutes later, they retook that sample, and all the blood cells were perfectly shaped and they were free flowing in the
Yeah.
system. And I was like, maybe that would help, with my oxygenation for my body, because I was on oxygen all the time. So I added that in, and it's been amazing, the results. As I sit here right now, I'm no oxygen, no wheelchair.
How
This
about the
weekend,
stairs?
stairs, I go up and down stairs.
How about the
This
push-ups?
Push-ups, push-ups,
the planks.
planks. I've done all the challenges.
Yeah.
Right now
You're
we're in the
doing
middle
the
of
new
a
challenge.
challenge where we're
I'm following you actually. There is another challenge that Ken is just going through it, surfing through it fantastically with what is it about sit-ups and
yeah, we're doing sit-ups and squats. Now,
what's
sit-ups are a little bit hard for me. I've had some back issues over the years, so that's one of my pain points, which the Freedom Patch helps with pain.
yeah,
And
this one.
this weekend, I attended a women's expo here in Dallas. I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah,
And
tell us about it. I saw the pictures. It
it, w-
sounds
it
it looked like a lot of fun.
oh gosh, it was so much fun. Um, and it was over 100 vendors, and there were some famous speakers that were speaking, and it was basically for women. I went with a friend of mine to just talk to people, see what was going on in the world. And there was over 25,000 people that attended that event over a 2-day period. And there was a super patch booth there, so we not people on our particular team, but we talked to them and watched. They were doing all these demos with putting patches on people, testing their balance and stability, and people were amazed with what was happening. And as we walked around that event, a lot of people were excited to see what was out there that was alternative to what is traditional medicine. Like in America, pretty much everything is, pharmaceutical medicine that you
It's
get.
pretty much the
And it's
same everywhere, I think.
it's just covering up
I'm in
some.
Italy, it's kind of the same.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, it's a worldwide, phenomena or epidemic, if you want to say, that, people are using medication to help with their problems. And sometimes that's incredibly great. There's some great medication that has helped many people, but a lot of them have a lot of side effects to it. So people are looking for alternatives to that and to do
And
something with
more, don't you
natural
think?
healing.
I think that there is more and more people who are looking for alternatives.
Yes, and that's what we were seeing as we walked around the show. We talked to a lot of the vendors, and we noticed a couple things happening in the world. First of all, people are becoming more entrepreneurial because of the times, especially in America right now. The economy is in an interesting state. And
Mhm.
so more people are becoming entrepreneurial, and more people are looking for alternatives to what's out there for your health, not
Mm.
only your physical health, but your financial health.
Yeah.
And it was amazing how many people were looking for those things. So it's like, I think we're in
Opportunities.
perfect timing in the world right now to
Mm.
where we have something that nobody else has that is incredibly effective and fast working on the majority of people, and it's affordable.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I actually, uh, I'm going to add on to what you said because I think that people are going to become more and more curious because more and more people can see that sometimes, as you said, certain medications may have very severe side effects. And I'm not saying that people don't have to use medications if something bad happened to me, I would also use them. But I am also very open to try if other things can be also useful to my well-being and to my wellness, because I think that I call my body my one trip, one way vehicle. So it has to come all the way through the journey of life with me. And I have to take care of my vehicle like I take care of my car. And if I go to a certain garage with a certain specialist and the car doesn't really work and it keeps having problems, I am changing garage. I am changing the person who fixed the car. So I think that if we can do it for the cars, we should first do it for ourselves. And my story was about my back and a very absurd accident that happened, just like you wake up one day, you start going to work, and while you're walking, because this is what happened to me, while I was walking, one whole muscle in my back decided to detach itself from my spine. And since then, in 1998, I have been living in chronic pains. And in the beginning, I tried all the medications available, all the strongest medication available, because I wanted to go back on stage, because I was a ballet dancer. I was dancing at the Finnish National Opera in Helsinki, Finland. But when after 1 year of taking very heavy medications and started having also digestive problems and other kinds of reactions to, and didn't have any benefits from them. So I couldn't go back on stage. I had to stop dancing. My career ended and I was left on my own, because neither the Finnish doctors or the Italian doctors or the French doctors, I went to England as well, I went everywhere to see if someone could at least help me live a life with less pain. Nobody could help me. No doctors, no osteopaths, no acupuncturers, nobody. It was unbelievable. I've tried a lot of supplements, and only actually in 2019, I found and tried, thanks to a friend, another biotech, but it was very complicated. It was really expensive and very complicated. I am a very disciplined person. It wasn't a problem for me. It was another company that allows people to use the product, and if you get benefits, you can speak about them, you can promote them. So I was so enthusiastic, because in the very beginning, also with that product, I finally started sleeping after 21 years of not sleeping at all. So I found myself being able to sleep again 5 hours on a row, finally. And I thought it was a miracle. And I started talking about that product, but people didn't understand. It was expensive. And the ones who tried it found it very complicated to just swallow very little dosages every 1 hour, every half an hour. You had to have micro dosages of this solution. And I thought that was the top I could find. And then in 2023, a French osteopath tells me about the BTT that was just going to arrive. And I gave it a try, because it sounded too good to be true, but I still believe that my imagination can be beaten by someone else's imagination. And actually, I think that Jay Dhaliwal's imagination is really incredible, because he managed to come up with this drug-free neurotech, you wear a patch, 2 patches, maybe 3 patches. Some people are wearing 7 patches at the same time, and you are optimizing your brain. And when you said it's very effective, yes, because when we optimize the, how do you call, the operation center, this is the IT center of our body is in our brain. And yeah, once we optimize that, of course, the results are going to be faster than with anything else available. So yeah, it is unique. And I think we're helping a lot of people. And I'm grateful, one person at a time, to see the results. So my spine was really damaged. I couldn't breathe properly, even though I teach breathing techniques, even though I move every day, I walk, I practice Qigong, yoga. You know, I do everything that is good for my body, because at one point I needed to take care of it, really. And sometimes I still meet people, even very close people to me, that laugh at me, telling that I just believe in charlatans. So I laugh back, and I just compare myself with them. And nowadays, even if Italy is known to have a very good welfare and healthcare system, I can tell you, because I know from very close people, that there are still things that you have to pay a lot. Like if you have back problems and you need to be operated, if you need surgery, it's going to be tens of thousands of euros to be paid in order to get that surgery. Before going to surgery, you could try the victory patch and maybe help yourself, give some relief with the freedom patch and see what happens. Because what happened to me tells me that you could benefit from it. So if you're suffering from some vertebral issues, I really invite you to come forward and ask more about it. And if you know people who are suffering with vertebral issues, I really invite you to share the content that we are talking about, to let them know. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, it's crazy how it works. It's different. So, you know, it's nobody believed when, you know, when the portable telephone came out, the iPhone, when that was introduced to the world, nobody believed that anybody would pay $1,000 for a telephone.
Yeah.
But now almost everybody I know all over the world owns one. And that's
Definitely.
crazy. I mean, we rely on it
Do you know the
every
story of
day.
Nokia? You know, Nokia was this Finnish company.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredibly successful. I had this small Nokia 3210 model for many years, and Nokia refused to make a joint venture with Apple because they laughed at, what was the name of the founder of Apple? Do you remember the name?
Yeah.
It doesn't come to my mind.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I know.
So they got in touch, like he got in touch with Nokia, and he offered them to create a joint venture to then produce these smartphones like the iPhones, and they laughed at him. And when the iPhone came out, Nokia, in a very short window of time, had to just close. And yeah, I mean, it had been a giant. Yeah, it had been the leader in that field, in that sector. So it's just a question of having vision, I think. I think that people should really have a middle and long-term vision and not only do what they are familiar with. I know that our mind works like this. I like sharing about how our mind works because I am, I love training myself and uh, reading books on neuroscience and how the mind can be improved, like our mindset can be trained. So our mind works with what is familiar and resists what is not familiar, but we can choose to make something that is unfamiliar familiar and to just let go a little bit of what it is too familiar because maybe it's not beneficial anymore. Maybe.
Exactly. Exactly. It's something new. It's something people should try. I mean, we go out to dinner and spend many dollars or euros on dinner. Uh, and here we have some technology that could make a difference in your life, but some people are afraid to try something new. So I love watching people's results when we do a balance test with them to test their lateral and stability in their body, because those are indicators of how longevity in somebody's life, how their balance is an indicator of how that person is going to, travel through their life efficiently. And just by adding on a crazy little patch on their arm, to watch the difference and the look on people's faces when we do that test is pretty amazing to me. Uh,
Yes, it
so
is.
it's just sharing information. This morning I found out that next month at the end of October, I was selected to go out and speak to a group of about 1,000 people about energetic healing
Yeah.
and my
Wow.
my journey through what I went through with the virus that was going
Yeah.
crazy at that time. And so that'll be an interesting place to share with people about this technology and all the things that happened during that the missing 3 years, fast forward 3 years, what actually happened
You have had a
during that
very long
time.
3, 5 days to live.
Yeah.
They're still going on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I totally agree. And I'm very happy. I can't wait for you to then tell me more about it. And I was just going to add that you and I share something else actually, because we are both Reiki masters. Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember when I started training with Reiki in the middle of the 90s, people were thinking that I was going a little bit crazy because they couldn't really believe that by not even touching a person, you can help them or just make them calmer. I'm not saying that I can cure people. I'm not saying I can, heal anything, but we are energy and we can exchange our energy with the outer energy from ourselves. And Reiki is really this form of energy that anybody can use it actually. And I am really interested in speaking to this kind of energy healer or operators because it's one thing does not exclude the other one.
No, no, it's a synergistic balance of all the things we do, whether it be nutritionally, whether it be energy work or manual massage work or whatever whatever we're doing. The body's an amazing thing, but it needs some help somewhere along the way to help it to heal efficiently. And sometimes I think the connection between our physical and our mental, there's the blockage there. That's one of the reasons that I love the patches, because it's sending the signal through your skin to your brain that's reconnecting some of the pathways that are blocked due to trauma, due to inflammation, due to whatever's happened to us in old
Yeah.
age, aging. And it's putting back it's giving you a tool to gain back some of the things that your body already knows how to do.
Yeah. And what do you answer to people who tell you, oh, but I'm afraid that there is something hidden in it. It's gonna take control of my mind.
Well, it's like, everything takes control of our mind. Is really the answer to that. Everything takes control of our mind.
Yeah.
Everything we touch, everything we feel, everything we hear, everything we see has an impact on your mind, right? So good, bad, or indifferent. If you sat in a room and all you heard was negative words for hour after hour after hour, when you came out of that, your body would be in horrible shape.
And your
The
mind
same
would
person,
have surrendered to that
you
negative
would have
thoughts.
surrendered to that. So, uh, does it? Should we put the best things we can into our mind, into our body? Absolutely, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's pretty negative in the world. It's like we have our a peace patch, which is for stress,
Yeah.
And it's amazing to watch the difference when somebody puts that on, how it helps eliminate stress from them, how it works. I don't know, it's sending some crazy signal through our skin to our brain that's making you feel less stressed. Now, people come to me all the time as a massage therapist looking for stress relief. That's kind of one of the that's a big thing that people ask for when they come to get a massage. So this is a way where I can give people that chance to have some of that relief, an additional tool in my toolbox that I can give to people to show them that maybe there is a better way, maybe there's some connections.
Yeah.
And try it. We're affected by everything we see, hear, feel, do, and touch.
Yeah.
So here it
Yeah.
is. Here it is in a patch form. Maybe it's a little bit out there, but this is what it did for me. And this is what it did for this person I know. And this is what it did for Irene. This is what it did for you. This is what it did for the 88-year-old guy that I fell in his bathroom because he had no balance and he was afraid to do anything. He started getting on the patches and he literally changed his life. I mean,
Wow.
instead of laying in bed feeling sorry that he's not worth anything anymore because he's not able to do the things he used to do, now he has this new ambition and he's like making plans for the future at 88 years old.
Yeah.
Now that's exciting to me,
Yeah.
just as a person that shared that with him. Was he skeptical? I talked about patches to him for the last year as he was a massage client. Nope, don't want to do it. I have my doctors. I'm fine, I'm fine. But it took him falling in the bathroom. And when I saw him, did the balance test on him, he saw immediate results. And now he's an advocate of the patches and he's sharing it with everybody he possibly knows.
Yeah.
So what a blessing that we can give that kind of experience to someone if they're
Definitely.
willing to try it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that we will keep sharing and telling people that it's worth trying because it is. And because, yes, of course, there are so many other things that you can try. Yes, but find another drug-free tech like this, and then I will tell you, okay, there are two equal, but this one has no equal. Yeah. We are going to come back every week, unless we have very important or sudden engagements. And Irene is not here today, but she will be back next week. And she says hello. So I started this format Beyond the Pain with her because Irene and I met because I started using this technology. And then I found her on the social media, and I was really intrigued by her story. And yeah, Irene, Ken, and I don't work for the same team, but we can still enjoy sharing what we know, our experience together, and have these little short conversations during the week in order for you who are out there to resonate more with one of us, because everybody's different. Everybody resonates with a different person. And I believe that, we're free to choose. So thank you, Ken. Thank you very
You're
much.
so welcome.
I'll see you next
Absolutely.
Monday.
Everybody out there, stay curious and explore. There's many possibilities, and this
definitely.
is a great one.
And I'm also reminding now that actually Irene and I, and when he can, there is also Ken joining us on Instagram and also TikTok. On Tuesdays, we're going live. It's going to be 5 p.m. Italian time. That is 8 a.m. Los Angeles time, which would be your time, 10 or 11?
10 Dallas time.
We start
Central,
at that time,
Central
we start on TikTok, and then we go at 6 p.m. Like today, we started on YouTube, on Instagram, and start other lives there, because every platform has got a different audience. So we want to really let as many people as we can know about it. Oh, one last thing. Remember to like, share, subscribe, please, so that you allow me to become more and more visible on YouTube, and you allow other people to just see what I share with my contents. Bye, Ken. Bye-bye.